What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so this is something I meant to do a video about this yesterday, like last night, but I want to just make a point about something and just reiterate how much the mainstream media hates on the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, now the other day, Milwaukee beat the Boston Celtics. I did a video about it by 33 points, I believe it was, right? Now, on ESPN, there was a segment involving that game. And in the segment, there were, I think it was Kendrick Perkins, Brian Windhorst, and Stephen A. Smith. I believe it was Stephen A. Smith, the third one, I believe it was. And they were talking about that game. And they were doing everything they could to discredit that victory. What really drew my ire was Brian Windhorst when he said, well, people got to remember that Boston was on the second of a back-to-back, right? Okay. Even though back-to-backs have been a staple of the NBA since its inception. And if anything, back-to-backs are fewer than what they used to be. I've done videos talking about how many back-to-backs they used to play back in the day. But for some reason, that was a big excuse. Now, last night, the Boston Celtics beat the hell out of the Houston Rockets. Now, let's see if today they mention or try to sully Boston's blowout by mentioning the fact that Houston was playing the second of a back-to-back. I bet you they won't do it. Why? Because I keep trying to tell you, these motherfuckers, for whatever reason, hate on Giannis and the Bucks. They hate that Giannis defied them, didn't go to help their king, or go to Miami, where they all want to feel important, and go win a title. They hate Giannis for that. Well, I'm going to say hate, but you know what I mean. They hold it against him. They're a very, very arrogant, self-important bunch, the media. Even the ones who aren't beholden to LeBron, they're all arrogant. They're all part of a clique. They love to use their power to hurt others, the fourth estate. To me, I've always said this. I don't know if you heard me say this before. The media, to me, are essentially almost pretty much the fourth branch of government, after the executive, legislative, and judicial. And they're the only ones that aren't affected by the checks and balances system. But anyway, I just want to put it out there. Let's see if they mention that. Let's see the same things they use to always belittle the Milwaukee Bucks' victories or success. And by the way, like my brother 78 Sports TV has said, Milwaukee never had the best defense. They never had the best defense. And you don't have to have the best defense. I don't know why I keep talking about the Bucks had the best defense when they won. No, they never had the best. They had a capable defense that was able to make timely stops when it mattered. Look, the Denver Nuggets last year were near the top of the NBA in scoring. They led the NBA in field goal percentage. They were near the top of the NBA in scoring, but they were in the middle of the pack during the regular season in defense. But in the postseason, they were able to up their defensive pressure and became one of the best defensive teams in the NBA during the postseason when it mattered. To me, I agree with Shaq. As long as Milwaukee can be a capable defensive team. Now, right now, last I checked, they're ranked 19th in defensive rating. Let me make sure that's still the case. Last I checked, they were 19th in defensive rating. I want to see if that's still where they are. Yeah. They're 19th in defensive rating. If they can get that to 14th, 15th, they're fine from a historical standpoint. I know what I'm talking about. From a historical standpoint, they can get to 14th and 15th middle of the pack, they're fine. They don't got to be 6. Now, preferably top 10. But if they can just get to the top half of the NBA, they'll be fine. I would be more concerned about the Bucks if they were number 1 defensively, but at the bottom of the NBA in scoring in today's NBA. You can't win that way. You just can't. Not the way that the NBA is played today. Not the way they play the game. Maybe 20 years ago, but not today. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.